know some of you are thinking, why are the titles of your videos so long? I'm trying to gain a following. I'm trying to gain some traction. So, I gotta tag the big brands. One day when I'm big enough, I'm just gonna title all my videos the same, 2+ sign, and that's it. All right, let's start. So today, hi, my name is Makasi, and today I want to talk to you about Uniqlo. It's gonna be in my series of why you should buy blank, but I'm gonna mostly talk about why Uniqlo isn't as hated as Zara, H&M, Fashion Nova, and all them boys. So before we get into my talking points, I want to provide a little bit of history, and I also want to start doing something that is kind of new. So I'm a business major. I'm an asshole. I'm specifically marketing, so I'm gonna look at it from a marketing standpoint more, because I feel like this viewpoint isn't being talked about by anyone else. Let's do a bit of history. So the first store opened in June 1984 under the name Unique Clothing Warehouse. The founder, his name is Tadashi Danai, and he owns about 46% of it. And something else I should state is that Uniqlo is under a parent company, and the parent company is named Fast Retailing, so they probably own the rest. He probably owns the majority, so he still makes all the decisions. So Tadashi and I had always wanted his brand to become a global one, and this was back in the early 90s, and he met the president of Gap, which was Mickey Drexler, and he learned all he could from Mickey, and then he decided it's time to expand, let's do it. But he had to put his plan on hold for a moment, because in the 1990s, Japan went through a economic meltdown or economic turndown, whatever you want to call it. Essentially, it was a recession, and everybody had to scale back. People had to move their factories out of Japan to China because of cheaper labor, and Uniqlo did the same. And I believe it's about 70% of Uniqlo production are in China. He had to push his plan forward to 2002, and so in 2002 Uniqlo opened 21 stores in London and a couple in the US. So however, it wasn't a big success that I wanted it to be, because I feel like we all know this Japanese sizing is a lot smaller than the Western hemisphere, so it was hard to engage with the Western market when you're providing a size small, which is like an extra small or XXL, where a size large is a small or medium. So like, it didn't have the impact that he wanted it to have, and like Uniqlo didn't penetrate the market as strong as I wanted it to, caused them to shut down 16 of the 23 stores in London or in Britain. So after that mistake, I enlisted famed Japanese designer Kashiwa Sato. So Sato was the reason Uniqlo started collaborating with people. It was his vision. So and he gained, like, after doing all those collaborations, they gained a little bit of a foothold in the in the high fashion scene, because they were collaborating with Joe Sander. Sato was the main reason like Uniqlo was viewed as different in the high fashion scene, because of their collaborations effort. And but we'll talk about their collaboration in the next segment. It's one of my main talking points. So let's continue with the business aspects of Uniqlo. So the brand slogan is made for all, and Uniqlo is known for their basics, and I'm actually going to talk about why that's a main talking point. That's like their main identity. But this is something that that Uniqlo has stated on their website or by someone in the higher up. So unlike Richard Owens, this Mexican-American designer, Uniqlo is about using Uniqlo products to mix and match with other style and wardrobe. So like Rick Owens, he's designed head to toe for you, whereas Uniqlo, they design basics that are meant to work well with every other style. Uniqlo also knows that trends come and go. This is going to be another of my main talking point. I'll talk about this in the later segment. So something that was interesting while researching this video is that Uniqlo have a thing called global pay scheme. What that means is that if you're a manager in China, if you're a manager in America, you will get the same pay, because I believe that you're doing the same job. Why should you be paid differently? So let's talk a little bit about production network. So this is pulled from their parent company, Fast Retailing. I'm going to connect this back to my previous video about built-in deniability. So let's read a little bit of it. So it says, Uniqlo does not own any factories. They don't own any factories. We outsource all production to partners' factories, many of which are in China. We have built strong relationship of trust with our partner factories over many years and hold annual conventions to promote dialogue with factory managers. We monitor working and environmental conditions at textile manufacturers and major fabric suppliers to ensure products are being manufactured correctly. We help factories implement improvement when needed, maintaining a win-win relationship with partner factories, ensure the production of high-quality products. As Uniqlo expands globally, we have also formed business relationships with partner factories in other countries, such as Vietnam, Bangladesh, Indonesia, and India. So again, built-in deniability, they're just partners. But you have to look at it from the point of from the Uniqlo, they can't afford any bad PR, bad press. So let's say, we know that the standards in these countries, Bangladesh, Vietnam, China, they're not up to the Western standard or Japanese standard. So there's gonna be an incident or a difference in viewpoint. So these countries are prone to controversy. So to have that built-in deniability where you are just partners instead of the factory owner, it's good for the brand, it's good for the business. Uniqlo have enough money to build their own factories, but if they do that, they lose that built-in deniability from bad press. So the next segment I want to talk about is that marketing. So I'm a marketing manager, so I want to talk deeper into it. So let's read a little bit about their marketing scheme. So this is pulled from Fast Reselling, the parent company of Uniqlo. It says, each season, Uniqlo conduct promotional campaign for core products such as Heat Tech, Ultra Light Down, alrism, and bra tops. During the campaign, Uniqlo advertises the product's unique qualities and noteworthy features on TV and in other media. In Japan, we use email, social media, and flyer delivered with the national newspaper to notify customers about limited period discount, typically of 20 to 30% on new seasonal ranges. So the reason marketing is important is that you can make a great product, but if nobody knows where to get it, how to get it, what's the point? You know what I mean? Someone please hire my ass. I had a 3.9 GPA in marketing. Why am I so jobless? So again, this is just very vague, very broad stroke. So obviously Uniqlo isn't gonna tell you their exact detailed marketing tactics. So marketing is very valuable, and you can't really give out your secrets as to how you market, because there's a lot of competitors in the field, in the industry. So but what we can do is that we can do a quick marketing mix. So the 4 P's: product, promotion, place, and price. So let's do a little bit of that. So product, they offer basic quality goods, quality t-shirt, bra, socks, knitwear, just all the basic essential that you need in your closet. Promotion, as again, they stated mostly online, a little bit by newspaper and word of mouth in Japan only. So price, so they're relatively low, but they're lower than Zara, they're lower than H&M. However, they are not lower than Fashion Nova, because Fashion Nova has a really weird supply chain where their products are so low quality they can afford to make their products dirt cheap. I mean, I can do a video about Fashion Nova, but I really don't want to look deeper into something I don't like. Please don't make me do it. So place. So obviously with COVID-19 and with just how the internet has expanded over the year, they're mostly online, but they do have a shit ton of stores, which we will talk about right now. So this is again pulled from Fast Retailing, their parent company. So Uniqlo had 813 stores, including 46 franchise stores at the end of August 2020. Uniqlo International expanded to 1,439 stores, including 866 in Greater China, meaning mainland China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. The reason they said the Greater China is because they can't anger the mainland, and since Taiwan is a small market and Hong Kong is a smaller market than the mainland China, you can't anger the Communist Party. If you anger them, they won't let you do business. And again, they have 800 something stores, so you can't anger Xi Jinping. Let's talk about their business rules. Again, parent company is Fast Retailing, 44,424 employees as of 2018, so it's probably 50 now. And in 2019, according to Statista, $8 billion in revenue. We can talk a little bit about the Uniqlo SWOT analysis. So if you don't know what SWOT analysis is, it's strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. If you are trying to get a business degree, you're gonna need to know about SWOT analysis. And I want to offer you some tips that I didn't know until my final year in college. I want you guys to focus right here on this point right here. This is very important. Something I learned from school that I kept in my brain. I didn't keep a whole lot. I mean, I did to anyone who tried to, you know, provide me a job. A lot of things in here. But anyway, something else that I didn't learn about SWOT analysis until the final year of my college career was that your opportunities has to do with your strength. Your threats has to do with your weaknesses. So let's use an example. So, for example, Uniqlo has innovation as their strength, or as one of their strengths, right? An external factor that has happened recently is COVID-19. So, you know, it has forced everyone to wear a mask. And so Uniqlo had a unique chance to take advantage of this. So they decided to make alrism masks, and which was super popular. It sold out instantly, like a couple of hours in Japan. So, you know, so they use their strength, which is their innovation. The external factor is COVID-19, and the result of opportunities is face masks with alrism technology. So that's a technology. So do the same thing with weaknesses. I mean, not weaknesses. Do the same thing with threat. Your threats is weakness plus external factor. So once you do all that, you have a SWOT analysis. Let's talk a little about differentiation. So Uniqlo has a lot of competitors, you know, for starters, Zara, H&M, it's a lot more, like smaller player chipping in at their market share. So how Uniqlo differentiate themselves is that, well, it's gonna be a couple of my talking points, so we'll talk about that. But essentially, they use price differential and product differential. The main thing that I've noticed is that why isn't Uniqlo as hated as Zara and H&M? First, let's talk about the main aspect of Uniqlo. It's affordable, quality, basics. So, you know, their t-shirt, I'm wearing one right now underneath this thing. Like, it's amazing. I wear Uniqlo exclusively with their shirts and their socks. Like, they make the best socks. Better than Nike, better than whatever brand you're wearing. If you haven't tried Uniqlo socks, go buy them right now. They're like, excuse me, they have this deal in stores, like 4 for $10, which is so worth it. Again, so I did tell you about collaboration. You know, Uniqlo does a lot of collaboration. So let's talk a little bit about collaboration, why they happen, and why it's good for both brand or however many brands are collaborating. So, you know, it's a two-way street. So for a small designer like Undercover, Comme des Garçons, they get Nike, Adidas, Uniqlo. They get them for their infrastructure. And for Nike, Adidas, and Uniqlo, they get to seem cool. You know, they get to be like, I'm working with this high fashion designer. Something else I want to say is that this is also why Uniqlo stands out among the crowd, amongst the high fashion scene. Like, it's why people like me who, like, not people like me, but like, people who are in high fashion, like, they respect Uniqlo because, you know, they do a lot of collaboration, and then they're just a very good brand. They're just a very good business. They run well, and it's a nice business. So something else I want to say is that, when was the last time you heard about Zara collaborating with anyone? Never. But you have heard about Zara ripping off other designers, because Zara just refused to pay for that collaboration. Like, they could have easily gone to whoever they're ripping off and like, hey, can we collaborate? Can we use your design? Like, we'll pay you a certain amount, blah, blah, blah. But Zara just refused to do so. That's why, like, people hate them a lot, which is why I kind of hate them a lot. The only other well-known collaboration between fast fashion and a designer is H&M annual collaboration, like, you know, the one they did with Versace, the one they did with Margiela, the one they did with Alexander Wang, and, you know, Balmain. That was a shit collection, by the way. I just hate the color gold. It's dumb. Uniqlo has collaborated with so many designers, so I want to talk about a few of them. So first, there is something called Uniqlo U. It's Uniqlo working with the brand La Mer, or the designer La Mer, and Sarah, his wife, his partner, and they just make high quality basics. And it just, if you know La Mer, their brand is very minimalist, and it's essentially La Mer with the price point of Uniqlo. So it's like the best of both worlds. Something else, the UT. The UT, I believe Nigo is the main designer, like all the graphic tee that I'm showing here, 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 here. So, you know, Billie Eilish, Keith Haring, Basquiat's, Cause, and, you know, so many more. They also do not an annual thing, but once in a while they do a collaboration with Undercover, Jun Takahashi, and the one I want to talk about is actually the fleece. Like, I think it's really nice. And then I'm gonna show you something else here, which is like other stuff that they've done together. It's really cool, but the fleece, I really want the fleece. Another thing that has been, you know, that has been talked about a lot lately is the Jill Sander collabs. So plus J. So if you don't know, is that Jill Sander is the brand under Jill Sander. The name itself is a brand under another conglomerate. So Jill Sander, the designer, the person, couldn't use her name anymore in any fashion related things. So it's Uniqlo plus J instead of Uniqlo X Jill Sanders. Plus J, they released a collection, I think, a couple months back, and I want to show you this hybrid down coat that I'm still looking for. I just think it looks so cool. And it's probably warm as hell, but it's already spring. I probably can't wear it until next year, so I think I'll just wait on it. I don't lack down jackets anymore. My favorite collaboration is probably with JW Anderson, and I have this trench coat from the first collection. It's reversible, and I just think it's already one of the best trench coats out there. Like, the quality is there, and the cut is super nice. The one that I have is a size medium. I normally wear a large, so it's a bit oversized, and I just like anything reversible. I like to have options. I think you do as well. You know, we all want to have options. So another well-known collaboration was with Engineer Garments, and, you know, the fleece. I have the green one and then the black one, but I give the black one to my mom, and she hasn't given it back to me because she really liked it. So another talking point is that innovation, using innovation as a driving force. Something else that it's hot in here. Something else that the CEO and I talk about is that Uniqlo is a technology company, not a clothing store. That's what he wants to say. So they're very proud of their tech, and they should. You know, they have a lot of fabric innovation. So we'll talk about a few of them. And something else that I read after, so JW Anderson did a little video thing with Uniqlo for his first collaboration, and he talked about the merino wool, merino wool is like one of the softest things on earth, and Uniqlo has been able to use this really high price point product and like make it affordable, kinda, you know. It's still high for Uniqlo standard, but it's good for the merino wool. If you're a fan of merino wool, you can get the Uniqlo ones instead of from the row for like fucking $3,000. So we're gonna talk a little bit about their few technological advancement and innovation. So the first one is alrism. So what is alrism? According to Uniqlo, alrism is a high performance fabric with moisture wicking, sweat absorbing, heat releasing functionality. It feels like it's breathing with you while maintaining a smooth feel all day. And so I want to show you these 7 comfort features. So the first one is wicks moisture, dries fast, controls odor, feels cool, stretches, stays smooth, and breathability. So I wear the Uniqlo alrism face mask every day, and I think it's really the best face mask on earth. If you have $15, please go buy them. They're very good. I'll talk about the mask in a second. So actually, let's talk about it right now. So prior to the release of alrism face mask, you know, many people were saying like,
oh my god, I can't wait till Uniqlo does something with this. They could definitely do something with this. And then they did. They came out with the alrism face mask, and
it sold out instantly in Japan. Like a couple hours, people were lining up for it, and then it also sold out online for like a few weeks, you know. And that's really weird because I know they made a lot and they still sold out. That was amazing. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the face mask. So here's a photo right here what the face mask is. This is a white version. I would not recommend getting a white version because you have to wash that bitch every day. Get a black, it's easier. And let's talk a little bit about the design. So it's soft elastic straps, which I have struggled with the regular face mask, like the blue kind, the surgical one. Cause like the ear loops, it's super hard on your ears. Like my ear always hurt by the end of the day. But with Uniqlo face mask, zero problem. And there's also even more seams, patented 3-layer structure. So let's talk a little about the 3-layer structure. So I'll put a photo right here. So it's smooth on the skin, breathable mesh with alrism, built-in non-woven filter, triple layer blocks, 90% of UV rays. And with alrism, you know, they make that in shirts, shorts, underwear, and probably many more things. Like, you can go on Uniqlo website and you'll see what kind of products they make with this technology. So another another fabric that I'm known for is the God damn, I'm stuttering. another fabric that they are known for is called heat tech. And like, I love heat tech. I have this turtleneck from them, and like I wear it running, and it keeps me super warm. Heat tech is amazing. So in this photo here, I'm showing you a heat tech turtleneck, which is nice. I kind of want to get it, but I don't need more clothes. I have plenty. Put up another photo right here. So it says heat generating and retaining heat tech combined with the comfort fleece. So, you know, it's soft fleece, and then the heat tech technology is still there to keep you even a lot warmer. Another fabric that they're very proud of is called ultra light down. So let's look at some photos real quick. So this is a light down jacket. So this is what Uniqlo has to say about their ultra light down. So it's lightweight. Unlike conventional down outerwear that uses pack or feather that add extra layer and weight, Uniqlo Ultra Light Down has specifically treated outer shell that seal in down and make weight adding package unnecessary. And it's also packable. Like, you can pack it up into like a small box, which is like what most Patagonia can do as well. Another thing is that it's water repellent, which is a given for a down jacket. I do have an item from Uniqlo that is ultra light down, and I think it's on par with North Face and Patagonia, and that's really high praise because the price one is a lot different. As you can see here, the starting price is $70 and it's on sale a lot, whereas Patagonia is like $300, North Face $400. So like, the fact that they have made on par product with these high quality outerwear brand, like, it's really amazing. Like, you really have to commend them for that. Like, it's just good business. They have an identity and they stick to it. So let's talk about one of their main competitors. So H&M. So remember that trend when in 2016, I believe, when Fear of God was like the it brand, and like they set a lot of trends, like the zipper ankles jeans, and then the elongated t-shirt, the size zip t-shirt and all that. Like, H&M went in hard on that. As you can see by this photo right here, it's an elongated tee. You know, this photo right here is the infamous size zips shirt. I'm not proud. Well, I am proud. I'm proud to say I used to own one of those. Like, I thought they were really cool for that time. And then, you know, Fear of God also set the trend of like popularizing band tees. Like, you know, so H&M did a whole fucking collection of just band tees for that 1 year. And then, you know, they also ripped off Fear of God. And Fear of God is just a ripped off of Rick Owens. So, you know, look at these pants. So essentially the only thing is the size, the ankle zippers, and then the drawstring, the long drawstring, which Jerry stole from Rick. Whatever. And then, you know, another brand, another competitor of Uniqlo is Fashion Nova. Like, when was the last time you heard of their collaboration? All you ever hear is about, look at what they stole this week. Look at what they stole last week. Look at what they stole 2 months ago. Look at what they stole 3 months ago. Like, they're always in a lawsuit somewhere with a designer. Another competitor of Uniqlo is Forever 21. I'm just gonna put a photo right here of like Forever 21 trying to rip off Gucci, and like, I don't think I need to explain anything else. Like, you can clearly see that they try to rip off Gucci. Oh, and I actually want to read a quote for you about like what Tadashi Yanai says. So he says, "We don't chase trends. People mistakenly say that Uniqlo is a fast fashion brand. We are not. We are about clothing that's made for everyone." So, you know, they know their identity and they stick to it. Trends come and go. Quality basic goods that everyone needs in their wardrobe will always stay. So Uniqlo has set themselves up to be more successful than Zara and the rest of the boys. So my last point is that it's a very fun store to be in. So let's compare that with one of their competitors, Abercrombie & Fitch. Dude, it's literally the worst store in the mall. It smells so bad with their cologne, perfumes. It's super dark. The layout of the store is super weird. It's like, if you've been into an Abercrombie & Fitch store, you know that you can get lost in there and get fucking headaches after headaches because the perfume is so strong. The lighting is so weird. Everything is dark. Don't you want to show details of your clothing? Like, Abercrombie, what's going on, bro? This is why you're going bankrupt. Are you on your path? Are you on your way there? At the core of Uniqlo, they are known for their basics, minimalist approach, right? So their store is like another communication tool for them. You know, it's easy to navigate. It's a lot of bright lights, neatly stacked clothing, and they rarely use mannequins. They only put a few there, because the reason you need mannequins is that you want to show the customers what they could do with your clothes. But since Uniqlo sells basic goods, they don't need to. Like, all their clothes will fit into whatever style. Like, you can buy a Uniqlo t-shirt, you can pair it with a Margiela. You can buy a Uniqlo pants, you can pair that with a Raf Simons sneakers. Like, the point is to integrate Uniqlo into your wardrobe. And another aspect that I want to talk about is like the rainbow stare. So like, whenever I see a photo of a rainbow stare, I think about Uniqlo. Like, it's a very, like, they took something that's mundane, right? They took stairs so they took stairs and they have like add a touch to it that make it a bit more Instagrammable. Like, whenever I see people posting their photos, I know exactly where that's from. Then when I see the rainbow stare, I know that's Uniqlo. They turned something mundane and they made it theirs, and I think that was really impressive. But you know, Uniqlo is not all good. Of course, they have their problems, they have their weaknesses and threats, but this is my personal opinion. So I think their website could be improved. It feels too much like a third-party website where it's like there's a lot of things going on. Like, it's too cluttered. I feel like they need to clean that up, because their store is very neatly built, but their website is not. There's so many ads, so many sharing options with social media, so many, like, it's very cluttered. I feel like it's too busy. Like, my brain has a hard time focusing on navigating the store, not the store, navigating the website. Like, I don't spend a lot of time on it because it's just so confusing, and everything is like, it's super weird. My brain does not like it. Also, this is a big gripe of mine. They changed their sizing. So I wear a lot of their package tees, right? So I usually get an XL. I'm a naturally medium, but I get an XL because I want more room, you know, so I can sleep without doing this, like constantly pulling the shirt down, blah, blah, blah. But they changed their sizing, so now their XL fits like a medium. What are you doing? Who changed this? It was a perfect product. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope that was a bit informative, lighthearted. I hope it's fun, you know. I hope you enjoy watching it and you learned something new from it. If you didn't, you probably would have made it this far. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you probably tomorrow. Bye bye.